Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Well, as 60andMe has reached 250,000 subscribers on YouTube, I got so many beautiful messages from all of you, and I want to thank you so much for that. But I also posted on LinkedIn, which is, the kind of a site where you meet with your work colleagues from the past. And I got, again, many comments. And in doing that exercise of reflecting on how far we've come with 60andMe and all the amazing women in this community around the world, I was reminded of the people who have impacted me in my life, friends, acquaintances, and then sometimes strangers, and of course my family, people who I've been with me since the beginning and have known me the longest period of time, and remember the challenges that I faced and the things that I did to overcome them, and just my life in general, how it's been enriched by people all around this world. And so I want to share with you some thoughts about celebrating the people who have enriched your life. And there's a spectrum, the spectrum, as I said, of family, all the way from very close family, people that know your deepest, darkest secrets and that you've shared so much with, and the children, that you brought into this world if you are a mom. And, that from that extreme sensitivity and intimacy and partners, of course, husbands and partners, that intimacy that has, enriched so much of your life, to the people who you worked with. The people who you went to school with, the people that that you engaged with because of your relationship with a hobby or something that you love to do, a sport. Or maybe it was children's, the moms and parents of children that your children interacted with. So everything from family to friends, and that's close friends to distant friends. And in Switzerland, they have this concept for kids. I think it's really cool. They have this concept of buddy. And the German word, I'm not sure of it, but it's something like, the kids at school are your buddies. And I like that more than a friend, because a friend is something that's a little deeper. Now, a buddy might say to you, do this, do that, and you might want to influence them and be their buddy. But a friend, who asks you for something is someone that you listen and you try to help, and it's just a deeper relationship. So I like the acquaintances maybe is a more adult way of saying buddies, but buddies is in between there. So there's a whole spectrum. And of course, then there's the strangers. The people that you only met briefly, maybe for a minute, maybe for a few seconds, who did something or said something or influenced you in some way that really honestly changed your life. So let's talk about it a bit. And as we're doing this, I want you to really just go deep and be grateful. Be grateful for these people that have influenced your life. 1,000 touches, go into making a human being. And I think that I've had more than 1,000, but let's just share. So families, of course. Now families are, shaping your values, your very deep-seated beliefs. They're the ones who you have, really had lots of conversations with, hopefully. And if you're, fortunate enough to have them still in your life as they got into older, into adult children, and parents and friends and husbands and wives, it's really that spectrum of intensity. They've taught you the basic stuff, the things that you don't deviate from in your life. The values that you hold near and dear. And I was actually thinking about this the other day because I've been out in the world quite a bit. I do a lot of travel, and just here in Switzerland, because I live in Europe, of course, and I get the joy of traveling on beautiful trains and going to places. And I was just thinking, I always see a good side to the day. I hardly ever feel sad about the weather or the people that I'm surrounded by on a train. Yesterday I went to Zurich, and I went to a place to go to a meeting, and it was an Easter fair. And I got there and I got on the train, and it was a train I'd never got on before, a very old train. It was one of these sort of mountain trains, and it took me to this place. It was called Green City in Zurich. And so a very interesting place, but there were a lot of people from different countries there. It was clearly a place where immigrants and people who, maybe were visiting, not visiting, but new to Switzerland and visiting, were living. And so there was a lot of young children, a lot of conversation, a lot of voices, a lot of different languages. And I recognize several of them because I have, friends who speak those languages, not German, but others. And I was just so touched by it, and they were strangers. I didn't know any of them, but I really felt like they had added something important to my life. And I think that was one of the things about family and values, is that you go into new people, meeting new people with a different kind of perspective based on your values, your acceptance, your openness, your whatever your, you've kind of woven into your being. So the close relationships actually impact all the others as well. My coffee here. Hold on a second. I've got a matching blue cup here. Anywho, so family is like the number one for values. Partnerships, your husbands, wives, people who you've really, really given your heart and soul to. And if, like me, you're not any longer married to that person, but you still remember everything that you did together and all the things that you shared and what they did for you as a lover, as a friend, as a partner, that they gave you so much of themselves. They were interested and curious and cared about your dreams and your passions and your the things that you loved in your life, but they were there for you. And so those kinds of friendships, those partnerships are super, super powerful. And I have gratitude every day for the people that have been in my life, that have been my really, really close partners. And that's another sort of level of strata. Then you've got friendships. The friendships. These are the people that you met through your kids, or you met through work or whatever, and they are now your friends. And they don't know everything about you, maybe, but maybe they know most things. Now, I have I could say 3 really good friends. Well, I'm talking like really good friends that I've known for years and years, and who have been with me through the tough times, through the good times, and they're still my really deep, deep friends. I'll tell you who they are. They're my friend Veena, who is in India. I met Veena through my travels to India, my business passion for India, which I had many years ago in Seattle. And Veena is just adorable. Maybe the one person I've known the least amount of time. The second person is Maureen. Maureen is my buddy, and she lives in Canada now, but I met her at Microsoft. I actually was involved in the hiring process for her. I'm so glad that we hired her, because she turned out to be just rock solid friend. I can count on, I have a list of numbers to call in any kind of emergency, and Maureen's name is on there, because I know that if anything happened, she would know exactly what to do. And Maureen's my darling friend. And then the other is Mary. Now, Mary is someone who I knew from childhood. Well, childhood, 15. And I lived in Canada. She lived in Canada, Windsor, Ontario. And she and I were just so close. I think she was older than me, like maybe 18 or something. But we had so much fun together. She had a little Honda 50 motorbike, and we used to scoot around town on it. And she was a musician. I loved her energy. And we met again through Facebook. We actually had lost touch for 25 years. And then we met again. So then there's all my friends in high school that, I would say are buddies, not so much friends. Anyway, I hope I'm not rambling too much here, because I want you to be digging deep into your thoughts about this too, because it's really, really cool. And then, of course, the casual brief encounters, the people that you maybe have just met on a whim or met by chance, who just showed you something about life or showed you something about them that made you think. I mean, I asked a question to the 60andMe YouTube community about something similar to this, profound memories. And so many people talked about memories that were profound. And that's a big word. They were profound because they were momentary. It was a gift of love. It was a gift of surrender. It was a gift of just unexpected generosity that person gave to you. And they were perfect strangers, or people that just passed into your life. They lived next door to you. They were the neighbor. Actually, it just reminded me. I have a friend, a woman who was in her 90s when I lived in Boulder. And my mom had just died, and I'd moved to Boulder, and I was there by myself. And she was so amazing. I don't remember her name, but that kind of, relationship with a person that's fleeting, that wasn't, didn't have a long number of hours and days and years, but a very profound impact. And then, of course, you've got people like you. You've got my community. Now, I call you my community because it's more than a buddy, and it's it's a friend. Please don't take that the wrong way, because when I say friend, I mean those 3 people. Those are my deep friends. People that are in my community are my my partners, my friends, and with a small f maybe. That's how I'll do it, because you're still my friends. And many of you I've gotten to know very, very well through our Patreon supporters group. which is, of course, anything you can join it on the angel level. It's $3 a month just to support 60ME, because we don't charge anything for our content, but that's on Patreon. But those people are very, very important friends. So what do? Well, I mean, these kinds of friends help you through all kinds of situations, positive and negative. They lift you up when you do something that inspires them, and they tell you when you're doing something that's maybe questionable, or would you reconsider that, Margaret? And many times I have. And I truly, honestly appreciate every single comment that you leave me. I do my best to answer them. But you know, that's the kind of spectrum, I think, of people in your life that can touch you. You know, the 1,000+ people that have touched you in your life, maybe not physically, but just emotionally or psychologically, they were there for you. They gave you something that you needed just at that moment. I'd love you to share. Put some comments in the section below. Friends, the big capital F, small friends with a capital small F, people that are your partners, or if you're still with a partner, your people that you've just strangers that came into your life and then passed out and came back and went out, and it's just had that kind of movement of newness that brought joy and meaning and inspiration to your life. Let's share. Look forward to your comments, and thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being in my life, for being the hundreds of thousands of touches that I get, and I appreciate every single day. I can't tell you how much. Okay, everyone, well, have a fabulous day wherever you are. I know that I think the world of you. I love you all so much in the broadest and deepest sense, and that I'm looking forward to doing more videos for you for a long time, and hope that you'll be by my side as I hope to be by your side. Okay, everyone, take really good care. Lots of love.